Hey, did you know Hercules was Arnold Schwarzenegger's first role ever? And he's not like very proud of it. Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new video, and today we're gonna talk about Hercules. We know that Disney's live action is on its way and everybody's talking about who they think would be the perfect cast for it. Some others are a little bit worried about how much this new version is going to stick to the animated film, and of course, who would be the perfect man to play the demigod. Hercules is a complicated profile because he has very specific features. I mean, you could be handsome, tall, strong, and a good actor, and still might not be enough. Even though this is the first time we're gonna see someone playing this Hercules, it's not the first time an actor gets into the skin of the Greek god. Arnold Schwarzenegger, as I was saying, made his movie debut starring in Hercules in New York. The reason why the actor doesn't like to remember being in it is because it's a really bad movie. So bad, it is actually fun to watch. This low-budget film is a comedy focused on showing Schwarzenegger's ridiculous body, using all kind of excuses for him to do this. Oh wow! Here, Hercules is so sick of his life at Olympus, so he goes to his dad Zeus and complains about how he's so bored and tired of seeing the same people and living in the same place because he felt the need for some adventure. So he's sent to New York City. Once he's there, he gets to do some tourism, he does sports, he goes on dates, he fights people, he shows his muscles, he fights things, shows his muscles a little more, he even fights a bear. Yep, that's the kind of special effects this movie has. The fact that it's Arnold Schwarzenegger's first ever acting job is the reason why this movie is so well remembered. But leaving aside his physical strength, he doesn't do any justice to the character at all. If you don't think of him as a good actor now, well, he was way worse. He even had to have all of his dialogue stopped because his Austrian accent was way thicker than it is now.
I'm Hercules.
So you told me.
No mortal is superior to Hercules.
In early 2014, the Twilight star Kellan Lutz brought back the hero to the big screen in The Legend of Hercules. This was his very first big role in a movie, so he did his best to tell us the story of how Hercules, not being his adoptive father's very beloved son, is sent away from the kingdom and forced to live as a warrior, while in the meantime he finds out who he really is and what's the destiny he's meant to fulfill. As I said, he did his best, but it wasn't enough because the movie is really bad. It actually makes me feel really sad because I was reading old interviews of him talking about the movie and how excited he was to be starring in it because he was such a big fan of Greek mythology and he thought Hercules was the biggest of heroes and he was so honored. Poor guy. Anyway, also in 2014 we had the chance to see a way better Hercules movie. I mean, just the fact of knowing Dwayne Johnson was gonna be in it, the Greek world was already a better place. I personally really like this version of Hercules because it makes you wonder whether everything we know about him is actually true or not. They talk about how he completed the 12 labors he had to go through after he was betrayed by Hera, but did he really? This and the claim that he's the son of Zeus are things they leave unspecified because in this movie they do portray Hercules more as a legend than a myth. So he uses his own legend to profit from it, and he's the leader of a cool gang of mercenaries who go and kick asses in exchange for money. The only bad thing here for me is the same thing I see in all of Dwayne Johnson's movies. I never see his characters, I only see him. But if there's someone who no matter what will always be remembered as Hercules, it's Kevin Sorbo. It was the year 1995 when Hercules: The Legendary Journeys aired its first episode on TV and almost immediately became one of the highest rated television shows. For 4 years, the actor got into the skin of the demigod and took viewers with him on his adventures, fighting monsters, warlords, gods, and many other enemies sent by his stepmother and main nemesis, Hera. This TV show is so special not only because it's so much fun to watch, but also because considering that it was made in the 90s, the way it was filmed, the costumes, and the special effects were more than enough for people to feel connected to the world explored in the show. Kevin Sorbo committed to the character so much that even when in season 5 he was diagnosed with aneurysm in his shoulder, causing him 3 strokes, he never said anything publicly because he didn't want his personal health issues to affect the reputation of the indestructible Greek demigod he had been portraying for so many years. This amazing story had one amazing spin-off. Xena, the Warrior Princess. But it also had a prequel called John Hercules, where we could see our hero in his teenage days, played by Ryan Gosling. Oh, look at that, he was such a tiny thing. But even back then he was already very committed to his characters, so he took martial arts classes in order to look like a young demigod who was just more than ready to go out and kick some butts. Apparently the show wasn't very successful, and I read somewhere that it was also a little cringy. But come on, it was for kids. I never watched it, but I've seen some clips, and I'm pretty sure that if I had, I would have been the biggest fan. Besides, Ryan is also very proud of it. He was once asked about which of his many roles he thought it deserved more recognition, and he said,
My work on young Hercules. I had a fake tan, leather pants, was fighting imaginary monsters. They weren't really there, but I was acting like they were there.
That's all for now. I gotta ask, who do you think would be the perfect pitch for the upcoming live action? In my case, I think Sam Heughan would be just perfect. But also I'm very obsessed with Outlander at the moment, and I pretty much want to see him everywhere. If you like this video, please let me know in the comment section below, and subscribe so you get to see more videos like this. You can also follow me on social media, where you will find me as Denise McCool. Thank you for watching, and see you next time!